All yours, Sander.
Okay, well, welcome guys. Today we're gonna demonstrate some zero-touch provisioning with NetICE using the topology that Accenture provided for us, where we have a core network in which the NetICE server resides, which will be the TFTP server for the configuration and the D server for all the network configuration registrations there. We will have an aggregation network in between and some domestic networks where a CPE will be placed. And that CPE is the one we will provision without any touching. So there are some prerequisites, of course, to zero-touch provisioning. In order to know what CPE is plugged in, we need to register some parts of the CPEs that we have in stock and tell it within the DHCP server what configuration file it should get. For this demo, our DHCP server will be in the aggregation network. And as you can see in our smaller topology of this, we will have a 881 Cisco, which will just boot up and request a DHCP address. This 2960 of Cisco will be the DHCP server, and it will provide the address to the CPE, and it provides some other options to the CPE as well, telling it to have a TFTP server being the 100, being our NetICE server, and telling it to pick up the boot image with this name. That's all that needs to be done within the network. This is something that's not related to NetICE, but it's related to zero-touch provisioning in all cases, because you will always need to register some case of MAC addressing or serial numbering to configuration files. Within NetICE, we do some preparations as well. And within NetICE, we will prepare the configuration that it will take. So what you will see is that within our build, we have a demo site with a CPE prepared. And here you have the CPE, which has an address assigned to it and a template assigned to it from which it will take the configuration. So as soon as this device will call upon NetICE, ask for the configuration file with a specific name, it will generate the configuration through this template, and the configuration that we will generate at that point for this demo will be quite short, but is only telling it to change the host name, setting as SNMP server community, and telling it that it is a configuration file by the exclamation marks in the end. So in order to demonstrate this full feature to you, the box needs to be carried to the device, to the houses, or to whatever place they should be, and it should be connected to the network. For this specific one, it will be the wide area network port that will be connected to the network above. So let's go into this device. Let's say, okay, let's first see that there is no startup. So when booting, it will take the file from it. So let's clear the NVRAM. Which makes sure that whenever we boot it up, it will be empty. So there's no startup configuration file from which it can boot. And after this, we will reload the device. And when reloading, you will see it pick up DHCP, get an address from our server above, and go into the NetICE server for its configuration file. So as you can see right now, this device to which we are connected through console is booting. It takes a short while. And right here we have a SSH session to the aggregate switch, which is DHCP server as well. And we will show you that it will receive a DHCP discover packet from the switch below and tell it what address it should get and what TFTP server it should go to. Booting will take a short while. anytime now we should see some DHCP packets coming in from that device. Here you go, VLAN's going up, the VLAN to which the device is connected. And there you see all your DHCP packets, receiving it from the device, sending it to client, and finally the acknowledgement of the address being 10. So at this point, you see that the CPE has been opening a TFTP to a 100, getting a file from it, and afterwards it will boot using this file as startup. Yeah, right there you see it obtained the TFTP server address, and a little below you will see it's configured via TFTP by console. So at this point we have a switch that has a very short configuration, being only a host name and a SNMP community, and anything that's default to the Cisco, of course. So far then, I think this demos the zero-touch provisioning. So as you can see right now, the device right here has been configured, and if we look into the NetEye application, we will see some logs that the device retrieved its configuration through TFTP. So if you go into the operate and into the logs, at this timestamp right here, you will see it has done TFTP read for this configuration file. So because the file has been requested, we store it within our TFTP server, and within the TFTP files you will see the configuration right here being created at the same time as it has been requested. Every time we request a TFTP request comes into NetEye, it will create the configuration at that point. If we go into that device, you will see it's planned device, probably planned configuration. So this is what the configuration should look like when it retrieves it from it. Yeah.
We can show this also.
Yeah, the download.
Yeah.
So where it's censored within the view of the configuration, but when you download it, it will be uncensored, of course, because the device needs to know what the community is. This is just a TFTP request, so there will be no job log for this zero-touch provision action.
And we know it's up and running. You ping it or you check it.
Yeah, let's do so. I can ping it from here. That's a possible. Oh, we're already doing that.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, good.
Okay, guys, cool.
Thank you for listening.